everybody, this is episode 26 and a half. I am your host, Adam Buckingham, alongside my best friend, the best stick handler in the business, Gary Seisler. How you doing today on this fine, well, it's technically be Tuesday for people out there listening, but it's Monday for us. Oh, time warp. Oh, what are you doing, Gary? How you been?
Well, first of all, I was getting a little worried about you there with the hyperventilating you were suffering from there. But
I get excited when the podcast starts recording just because it's a lot of fun. And I think everybody out there knows it's so much fun listening to us fucking goofballs out here just trying to speak our mind about video games, and they, for some reason, want to listen.
Agreed.
Sorry. I was about to say, I was about to roll into, which is why we actually hit over 1,000 downloads for this month, which is pretty awesome. Pretty excited about that. We really appreciate all you guys out there that have been consistently listening or been clicking on our links that we constantly promote every time on Twitter, but we really appreciate it. And if you're a new listener right now, maybe stick around, see what we're all about, and hit that subscribe button once we're all finished. That'd be great. Or hit subscribe right now. It'd be really great. And also go rate the podcast. What do you have to say, Gary?
Yeah, starting out, I was thinking about this earlier, but like starting out when we first, started this podcast in August, I would have been happy with maybe 100 downloads in a year, considering I never thought that 1,000 downloads would be possible. So that's really cool to finally see this thing kind of coming along.
I mean, it's all relative. Numbers. I know 1,000 downloads for a month is small for some larger podcasts, but we're still growing, so I will take it. It's a milestone nonetheless.
Hell yeah.
Just keep on. All I want to see is those numbers to keep moving up each month, which they have been, which I'm pretty encouraged about. But back to the question at hand, what have you been up to?
Well, I'm basically now waiting Horizon to release this week, so it's kind of.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of just going through this video game lull where I'm kind of just going along. I'm playing I've been playing Destiny. Yeah, I just been playing Destiny and Battlefield as always, and just rolling with the old crew and everything. So it's basically the usual thing. So waiting for Horizon.
Gang? Is that what you call each other? The GSG.
Well, I don't know if I'm that self-centered to name a gang after myself, but yeah, I mean, yeah.
Who are we all kidding? The most self-centered one in this podcast is obviously Gary. He's the egotistical one. He always insults me for no reason. He always says he's the best, and he doesn't need me. God, this fucking asshole. You piece of shit. Why do I even have you on this podcast?
Before you started berating me, I was starting to think, what the hell? There was something I actually wanted to mention this week, and I can't remember it for some reason, and it's actually kind of pissing me off. But anyway, I'm just going to give hand the torch off to you. What have you been up to here?
Well, I've been playing some Neo, trying to get more of it done before Horizon Zero Dawn, and I don't know what I'm going to do when Tuesday comes around, but I'm just going to play them succinctly. When I get tired of one, play the other one, or, I don't know, I feel like Horizon Zero Dawn is going to take a lot of my time because I'm pretty excited about it, and then I'll hop back to Neo once the lull again happens, which will happen sometime in the near future. I'm a little nervous about hopping back into that game like Dark Souls and being god-awful, but we'll see how that goes. And also, today, or I think it was today, Lord of the Rings Shadow of War, the actual trailer came out when a leak supposedly came out that it was going to come out in August, but the trailer came out, looked pretty hyped. I'm pretty excited about it. Looks like it's expanding on the Lord of the Rings world that was created in Shadow of Mordor. I like their system, and if they continue rolling it with new enemies, new AI attributes, I'm excited. I love the gameplay of that, and hopefully they'll make it more not conducive, more streamlined gameplay where it feels even better than it already did. So I'm hyped. I'm hyped for that. But this is Two Jersey Kids. I'm now getting to the spiel. This is Two Jersey Kids. We release 2 episodes each week, a Tuesday and a Friday episode, all about video games. Our Tuesday episode, we tell you the games coming out this week and give you a little tiny bit about it if we want to highlight them. If not, you can go over to twojerseykids.com and actually see the full list with the summaries and gameplay links provided. If you just click on the name itself, and we provide the gameplay links that we found online, so you can you gonna see what the game is all about. And we'll highlight maybe ones that we're interested in, which probably will be Horizon Zero Dawn. But shall I roll into them, Gary?
Do it.
Just remember, you can follow us on Twitter at 2JerseyKids. All right, move on to the games for this week from February 27th to March 15th. But we're starting off on Tuesday, February 28th. We have Dying Reborn coming to PS4, PSVR, and Vita. Then we have Forma.8 coming to PS4 and Vita. Actually kind of a cool little Metroidvania game. You should check it out. Ghostblade HD coming to Xbox One and PS4. Grim Legends, The Forsaken Bride coming to PS4. Horizon Zero Dawn, the big one, is coming to PS4 this Tuesday, the 28th, which I'm excited about. I'm just excited for just an open world game that I can dive into, and I like the dystopian vibe. I don't know about you, Gary.
Yeah, not to mention it's single player. I need a single player experience, damn it. I'm just
You've been saying it for the past 4 fucking weeks. We get it already.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I have to keep drilling it into people's heads here. I need something I can do when I'm not playing with friends. It has to happen. Well, it hasn't happened in a while.
This game is not a letdown for you, but I don't think it will be because it looks awesome.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think it's what's cool about it is it's something different too. It's not like a continuation of like a previous game series, like another don't get me wrong, I'm pumped about Mass Effect, but it's just something completely different that I can just go into and
I like
have
how
fun
they
with.
mix the primitive style like weapons like spears and bows, and then mix it in with the sci-fi aspects of robot, like dinosaurs basically, or robot animals, and high-tech bows and traps. I'm pretty pumped about it. It looks fantastic. Moving on, we have Stranger Sword City Revisited coming to Vita. Vita's getting a game, and strangely enough, we have Suikoden 4 coming to PS3. There's still PS3 games coming around. I think that's a PS2 classic for the Suikoden franchise, which I've played Suikoden 2, which is really good on Vita. The Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing is coming to PS4. That looks actually really good. It's kind of like a Diablo-style top-down hack and slash kind of a game. Then you have The Walking Dead, the Telltale series, A New Frontier coming to PS4 and Xbox One. That's exciting. People love The Walking Dead Telltale games. It's another one in the Walking Dead franchise. Then you have Torment Tides of Numenera coming to Xbox One, PS4, and PC. Moving on, we have to March 1st, this Wednesday, we have A King's Tale Final Fantasy 15 coming to PS4. Pretty certain it's only coming to PS4 because I didn't see anything else out there saying it was coming to Xbox One. But this is actually kind of cool. It's like a old 16-bit game, I think, centered around Final Fantasy 15. I made sure to tweet at Allison so she knew about it because she apparently didn't. So, we know our fans. That's why you love us, because we're intimate like that. Not in that way. I mean, like, intimate as in friend. Moving on. Thursday, March 2nd, you have Arcade Neo Geo NAM 1975. It's an old Neo Geo game. That's exciting.
Oh my God. With these Neo Geo games, I'm getting real tired of this shit. I think from now on, I'm just going to, every time there's a Neo Geo game, I'm going to throw it to you. I actually want you to just read the summary just so you have to say Neo Geo constantly. Because that's the worst part about those summaries. They throw that title in 5 different times.
Oh, we're moving on to March 3rd. There's going to be a lot of games this Friday, March 3rd, because the Switch is actually releasing this Friday. I know Gary is not piped about it at all because he's a classic Nintendo hater. Jeez,
Bullshit.
He just sucks PS4s, you know what. So, March 3rd, we have, starting off, we have 1-2 Switch coming to the Switch. Then we have Bloons Tower Defense 5, even though they say TD5. Tower Defense 5 coming to Xbox One. Then we have Ikimo Splinters of the Dark Shard coming to Xbox One. That's a name. Then we have Fast RMX coming to the Switch. Human Resource Machine also coming to the Switch. I Am Setsuna is coming to the Switch. I was really interested in I Am Setsuna when it came to the PS4. I think it may be on the Vita too. Looks like a classic JRPG. By Square, I believe. I don't know. I don't quite recall who developed it. I think it is. So yeah, that's a game I think would be really cool on the Switch. Take it on the go. Check it out. Just Dance 2017 coming to the Switch. That's exciting. I know you love them games, Gary. Little Inferno also coming to the Switch. Shovel Knight Treasure Trove coming to the Switch. This is exciting because you get all the additional DLC that has been released for Shovel Knight all into one. I'm a fan of Shovel Knight. I played it on the Vita and PS4. That game is fucking rad. I love that game. Skylanders Imaginators is coming to Switch. Skylanders still chucking along. I'm shocked they still are going after Disney Infinity sort of went away. But I guess the market has opened up more. Super Bomberman is also coming to the Switch, or Super Bomberman R, I believe it actually is called. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is coming to Switch and the Wii U, so all you Wii U people out there won't get burned, I don't believe. World of Goo is coming to the Switch, and then WRC Rally or I think it's rally cars coming, WRC 6 coming to PS4. It's a rally racing game. Check it out if you want to. I don't know. Gary, out of all those, what piqued your interest if you read the summaries of everything?
Well, honestly, I mean, it's kind of already been determined, but yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn.
No way!
Because it's coming out this week, and you know the deal. I kind of just listed the reasons before. So, what are you interested in yourself?
No, I would say Horizon Zero Dawn, but also Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is on there, which looks like a fantastic game. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to play it right away because I don't think I'm going to get the Switch. Maybe I will. I'm not sure. I'm debating on whether or not I should trade in the Xbox One because I don't really need it because I don't play games. I'll just play it on the PS4. And recently, I haven't been a fan of the first parties, whether it's like Halo 5 or Gears of War 4. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm not an Xbox hater, but we'll see. I can keep saying we'll see, but that doesn't really change.
Hold on a second. So you're not an Xbox hater, but I'm a Nintendo hater because you say so.
You're a
Is that how it
Nintendo
is?
hater for sure.
Okay,
100% Nintendo hater for life. Never going to change. Gary, what is the topic we're going to get into today?
Okay, so this topic's actually going to be pretty interesting, and it'll probably piss a lot of people off, including probably me. I'll be probably pissing a lot of people off, but basically, the topic is.
I think I'll piss somebody off.
The topic is games that people love that we hate. Now, granted, hate is a very strong word, so we'll see how much we actually hate these games.
But I really, really, really don't like you. Really don't like you. That we needed to put that interlude right there. That song.
That was.
It was beautiful.
That was fantastic.
I know everyone just felt like they went up to heaven after hearing my voice sing that song. I know you did, Gary. You got a little bit of rush. You got a little bit of a high. I saw it. Your eyes were rolling back. You got excited.
It was just tremendous. You should be so proud of yourself.
Who's going first?
I say you take the wheel.
You want me to
keep
take
this
the wheel?
flow going. You always go first. I go second. Yeah.
All right.
Let's do this.
I'm going to start off because I have 2 games, and I think you have 2 games as well. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I have 2 games. Starting it off, I picked L.A. Noire. Now, this is a Rockstar game developed back in, I think, I don't remember. Gary, look it up for me. It's 2010, maybe, 2008. I can't remember. Traveling around old-time L.A., solving crimes as a detective. Honestly, 2011, I was a little off. I remember playing it for the PS3. I remember getting this game because I was kind of excited, solving these puzzles, basically, being a detective. But I never really got into it. I felt like the game was kind of clunky. The way you're driving cars felt really clunky driving around old L.A. I wasn't really a fan of I wasn't a fan of the dialogue. I guess the acting was really cool. But I just didn't like it because I wasn't that great at deducing what these characters were like. And I didn't like the fact that I could actually screw up a lot because I wasn't, I was an ordinary little brat back then. But
dude, it's funny you mentioned this game. I actually really wanted to get into this game a while ago, but I just never. It's one of those games that just kind of like passed me by. I never bought it.
I don't know. The story never hooked me. It seemed like I wasn't a fan of jumping from. I liked because the progression got weird where you jump from like vice to then homicide to then arsonery, where you're solving a series of fire crimes. Basically, I believe. I could be completely wrong. People could be yelling at me right now. I don't really care if you are. But I don't know. I just wasn't... It never hooked me in the way I wanted to hook me. It felt kind of clunky. The movement felt even more clunkier than GTA 5 was, or GTA 4, which is not saying a lot. But, I mean, it felt worse than GTA 4 for me, personally. I didn't like driving around. It felt really horrible driving around that city. I wasn't a fan of it. And, like, I don't know, it was weird for me when you're doing the detective mode, interviewing people, and they constantly make the same exact face over and over again, and you're trying to deduct what exactly that face means, like, which way to go into an interview. But, I mean, it just didn't feel right. I don't know, it wasn't my type of game.
Was it, like, just not polished enough? Like, the interactions between characters could have been better if they were done maybe like today instead of in 2010 or 2011.
Maybe. I don't know what didn't hook me about the game. Maybe it's just because I didn't like the feel of the game in general. I didn't like how the gameplay or how it played, basically.
What about the characters? Like, I think you said something about it before, but were you a fan of like the main character in the story at all, or?
No, because it's not really memorable. If I like a game or a character, I'll remember him. I remember this guy. He tried to be a hard ass, basically. I don't know. I just remember I wasn't a fan. I'm sorry that I can't go much detail into it because I sort of blocked this out of my brain because I got it for a deal. I remember buying it in retail later on, and it never quite got me. I wasn't a fan of it. I didn't understand everything that I was looking at. I was trying to understand what he was writing down in his notes. I felt like I was going the right direction. I went in the completely wrong direction. I don't know. It really frustrated me. I'm a little baby. Blah, blah, blah. Hate me if you want. I just wasn't a fan of it.
I feel you. I can completely understand. Because considering what I'm about to unveil, do you want me to go into my game now?
Yeah, you can go into it. You probably are going to explain it better than I can.
All right. So here we go. So this title, I kind of regret making this title because I feel like I don't really hate these two games, but I just dislike them. I'll explain
get into
further.
one because I know the one.
Exactly. So first I'm going to mention is The Witcher 3. Now, a lot of people love this game, and I can see exactly why they love it. The open world aspect of the game is amazing. Like the game is just brilliantly designed. The company that actually makes the game, I can't remember their name at the moment, is fantastic. They did a great job with the world, with the characters. Everything just has like a personal touch to it. And, I completely see where the game's great. But for me personally, I could just never get into the game. And it was like a combination of the fact that I think I never got a chance to play The Witcher 1 or 2, but I had been told by other people that if you play The Witcher 3, you can kind of, I don't know, you're kind of filled in on what happened before the third game.
So slightly, I guess. When you interact with the person interviewing you or interrogating you in that fancy hut.
I would say I would say Witcher 3 does a decent job at letting you know what happened beforehand. But I think the reason why I couldn't get into this game is, one, I didn't play the previous games, but also the characters in that game. There was not one character that I really ever found that interesting. And even Geralt, for example, I didn't really think was that great of a protagonist. Personally, I just felt like at times he could be kind of like cardboard. Like he just wasn't that interesting. I mean, obviously he's a Witcher, so I guess he's supposed to have no personality, but I don't know, that kind of character really doesn't work for me. What else is there? I've written down many different things. Oh, right. So Adam, I remember you saying before that your OCD was just set off the charts in this game. Well, this game actually made me think like I had OCD, because the one thing I can't stand about this game, truly, I actually can't stand, is the fact that I never felt like I was ever accomplishing anything or getting anything really done in the grand scheme of things. Like I would complete a story mission, and then there'd be 30 question marks up and up near me. And I'm like, Jesus, how am I going to get done all these things? I want to complete these side quests, but to a point, it was almost like the game was too big. And it's really surprising. I never thought I'd actually say it about this game, because I'm just a really big fan of open world RPGs. Mm-hmm. I thought this game was going to be legit. I was going to really enjoy it. It's going to be one of my favorite games. And I just never got into it. And
maybe
really
you just weren't a fan of the world in general. Too large.
Well, that's partially true. I don't know, just that setting sort of kind of never really got me going. I don't know,
never got your juices flowing. I see.
I just, it's so bizarre, and I've been trying to search for answers for why I don't like The Witcher 3, but I mean, I know there's people out there that also feel the same way. I've seen people online. I had to actually look online before to make sure I wasn't the only person on the planet that had this feeling about this game. And it turns out I'm not. So I'm not completely a terrible person. But
no, you are.
Yeah, you're probably right. But yeah, that's it. That's pretty much all I have. With The Witcher 3, it's just
blasphemy. Just kidding. I kind of feel the exact same way. Everything you said, I say ditto.
Yeah. It's clearly a great game, a great game studio. I really appreciate their work. They really, you could tell they really cared about their game, the patches they released, the updates, but, it just wasn't for me, unfortunately. Now, like I said, I don't hate this game, but I disliked it. I hate the fact that I never got into it. That's what I hate. So.
You hate yourself is what you're telling me right now. You just hate yourself.
To a degree. To a
just
degree.
feel dirty. You didn't get into the Witcher. You didn't follow with the hive mind that is Reddit, where they love Witcher and everything.
Oh,
blah,
yeah.
blah, PC Master Race, suck my dick. Just kidding. But not
Damn.
really. Okay, I'm just kidding. If I had a high-powered PC, I'd be playing on that too, so I can't. I'd be a hypocrite if I,
Dude, I wish. I wish.
Don't we all?
But, yeah. So what's your second game you got on your list? I'm actually really interested to hear this, because I could never guess with you what, like, even with the favorite games thing, I couldn't really figure out which ones would be at the top of your list. And, yeah. So I'm really interested to see what this one is.
Here's the thing. All right. So, I was really pumped for this game. I was really excited for this game. It was part of one of my favorite, most coveted franchises of all time, especially as a little kid, because I played it all the time on the Xbox and 360. And I feel like it got away from what it actually was, what it was, what the history was behind it. I feel like it missed out on so many opportunities, and I just wasn't a fan of the gameplay. It didn't feel right. And I am talking about Halo Reach. The follow-up,
Okay.
the prequel to actually Halo Combat Evolved story-wise, but it followed Halo 3. And I know a lot of my friends loved Halo Reach. I fucking no. This is all right. This is you saying that you didn't quite like it or you couldn't quite get into The Witcher. I fucking hated Halo Reach. All right, let me be real. I fucking hated it. I can just keep saying it all because I was so angry at the direction Bungie took with this game, especially online. It felt more like a COD version of Halo than an actual Halo game. It just didn't feel right. It never played properly to me. I don't remember the specifics of, cause I remember you had preset classes from what I can remember, and it felt more, like COD and getting, I'm trying to think now what exactly. I think it was like COD version where if you do well, then you get a specific perk or something, and I'm not a fan of that when it comes to Halo. I like the old school Halo where they're all around the map and you go and get it and, you can use it whenever. And especially coming off Halo 3 that I absolutely adored, I was not a fan of Halo Reach. It just felt like it lost all because Halo is supposed to be somewhat serious, but I also felt like Halo games were supposed to be fun. Like, really fun, gameplay-wise. And I felt like Halo Reach just didn't have it. The story was a prequel, like I already said, the Combat Evolved. I didn't really connect much with the characters. It led into Combat Evolved, where you beat on legendary spoilers. You get to see Master Chief, woo! Before they, find the Halo rings. Just something about that game really irked me. It just felt like it was kind of a slap in the face to certain Bungie fans, because I know some people love that game, especially some of my friends played it constantly. What do you have to say, Gary?
Well, it's interesting because I never got a chance to play Halo online, except when I was at your house or anything. So I was never really a big fan of Halo 3 because I didn't have the online portion. That was a big problem. But it's interesting. I feel like ever since the original trilogy of games for Halo, there's been such mixed reviews towards all the sequels. I haven't played anything since Halo 3, and I really don't want to, because I just feel like those three games were it for me. I don't know. I'm assuming you obviously played Halo Reach, which you hated, but
Yep.
Have you played the other Halo games as well since then?
You mean like Halo 4 and Halo 5?
Yeah.
Yes, I have.
Were you satisfied with those though? Were they better? Or a return to the original?
I thought Halo 4 was pretty good. Halo 5 was pretty decent too. I played it somewhat. 343 added new things to it. I liked what's it called? In Halo 5. It's like fire teams, like an elimination paintball style type of game mode. I really enjoyed that, playing that with the friends. But I don't know, it just didn't feel like Halo. But maybe it was just because I am a fucking piece of shit. I'm a stickler for old Halo 3, that
nostalgia.
type of gameplay, floating, kind of more. I don't want to say it feels right to say less tight controls, if that makes any sense. Even though tight controls are supposed to be good, I don't know. It just felt like it was too military-ish shooter style in the newer
not futuristic
games.
Sci-fi.
Yeah, less futuristic sci-fi, I guess you could say. It felt like I didn't like the fact you could zoom in like you can with in like Call of Duty, like you can aim down the sights, which I'm not a fan of. Changing the view, I like the old style where you could barely zoom in. If you had a battle rifle, you were just chilling there, or you would go into the scope. If you had an SMG, you wouldn't be able to zoom in at all, which in Halo 5 you actually can. I don't know. I just nothing compares to the Halo 2 or Halo 3 for me, and I'm just a stickler. Maybe you can call me a grumpy old man, even though I'm 23. I don't really give a damn. But I just wasn't, nothing clicked with me in Halo Reach. It just didn't feel right. It didn't feel like a Bungie game. It was their last chance at Halo, and it felt like kind of like a, I don't want to say a cop, well, maybe a cop-out, where they went more in the COD route, and I was not a fan. Because I had Call of Duty. That's the Call of Duty game. Halo is the Halo game mode that I love and adore, and I don't want to go to the COD realm because I'm not a fan of it in like a sci-fi shooter. Sorry.
What's really ironic about that statement you just made is the fact that Call of Duty has gotten so far away from what Call of Duty was. Because you were just saying, like you said, I have my Halo game, I have my COD game. Well, like that's how it is. It's like I have my COD game and then I have my Destiny game. Yet COD now is like becoming like this. Oh, you have these jetpacks and you can jump off walls and you have these laser beams and it's like, what is this shit? Now they're going back to their original roots, whatever that means. So we'll see how that pans out. But it is weird seeing how games like I remember Halo 1 and Halo 2 were like one of my favorite games growing up. But I just feel like ever since like even Halo 3 felt way different than the first two games, and then I just feel like I had no interest in Halo anymore after that. I just kind of I don't know, it just kind of lost its appeal to me. It changed so much. I don't like change.
No one likes change. I missed the whole Halo 3. It just felt so good, and then they fucked it up. But I'm done. I'm off my soapbox. I'm tired of ranting. Gary, what's your last one? Because I think you only have two, correct?
Correct.
All right.
Correct, Mudo.
What is yours?
This last one.
Shit.
This last one was supposed to be the game that killed Destiny. And guess what? It killed itself because it sucks. It is The Division.
All right, let's be clear. The Division does not suck. I was a fan of The Division. It was a different game, basically, than Destiny. It tried to have the same idea behind it, loot collecting, attacking certain bosses, going on raids. But it failed, though.
It failed at its core.
It was one of the top new IP sellers.
Oh, absolutely. Now, I'm not saying it failed financially, by no means.
They're going to make another one, that's for damn sure. And we'll see
what
happens.
They're making another Destiny.
We'll see what happens. Destiny 2 versus Division 2. We'll see. But I'll let you
rematch.
I'll let you finish your point.
Okay, fine. So, yeah, I played this game. I got it as a beta. Okay. Now, granted, the beta obviously had probably, I'm sure, some original problems that they ended up solving in the final release. But I played the beta. I was looking forward to this game because it was, again, something else I can do with friends. And Destiny at that point was kind of going through like a content drought, which is no surprise to anybody that follows that game. So I went to this game and I'm like, all right, I'm going to give this a try. And, I played the beta and I was like, all right, so I'm going to play this story. I'm going to get into the story. I've always been like a story first kind of guy. So I went into this. And the first thing that turns me off, I see Adam looking at me like he's about to freak out at me. The first thing that turns me off about this game is, first of all, the setting. I think like the post-apocalyptic setting is finished. Stop with the post-apocalyptic shit. It's done. I'm tired of zombies. I'm tired of viruses that kill off humanity. I'm done with it. Please, just stop. Okay? That's all I'm saying. But anyway, I got into the story. I played through like about 30 minutes of this damn thing, and I was never impressed with the combat. I didn't really like third-person shooters. I like third-person shooters, but in terms of competitive third-person shooters, it's never been really my thing. I just never really got into this beta. And then on top of that, the multiplayer, I know they had the Dark Zone, which is supposed to be like the. Are you looking at me like?
No, I'm just listening. I'm just listening.
I'm getting these weird vibes. Okay, so I feel like you're about to like cut into me or something. Okay,
nope.
So yeah, this Dark Zone thing, I never really played too much of the multiplayer. That I will say. So I've heard this from secondhand accounts, but a lot of my friends were having problems with the Dark Zone and the fact that when they went in like together, they would just get stomped on by like higher level opponents. And that just like turned me off right away because like, they wanted me to buy this game. This is post beta, by the way, obviously, but they wanted me to buy this game. And I was like, I don't feel like playing this. I didn't really like the original premise, the story, or any of the single player missions. Why am I going to buy it now for the multiplayer, which apparently is also broken? Like I could never figure out the appeal to this game, to be honest. And I mean, I am sure there's a lot of people out there that don't understand the appeal to Destiny either. And fair enough. I mean, they're both similar games, I guess, that grind, that loot system. But this game, there's just a lot of things I just didn't like about it, and it's unfortunate, but it's just the way it is. So, you have something to say, Adam?
I'm debating on whether I should just hold my tongue. It's not a big deal. This is your time to shine about what you're not a fan of, and I don't want to debate with you right now.
I wanted to hear.
I just don't get you. I just don't get. They're not the same exact game. Destiny is definitely on a different gameplay style where it seems like it's more competitive. It's a fluid game mode. That's more competitive type of game, I guess you could say. It's developed for that competitive nature, where Division, it seemed like more of a team-based thing, more team-based strategy. It's not like who's the best at a certain thing. It's all about the stats you have on your gear. It's about collecting and rolling as a squad and basically having a different set for each person. Like everybody, they complement each other. That's the whole point of the Division.
But wasn't a major part of that game, or a major problem in that game, the fact that a lot of players that were trying to get to higher level loot couldn't because they were getting just destroyed? I had heard that from.
Well, I mean, I played single player myself. I played it basically all the way up to 30 by myself. I mean, I just joined when I had to do raids. I would just join other people. Then I would get better loot, and then I would go into the dark zone and be my scavenger way and figure out how to get out, which was kind of awesome. Even though it's kind of upsetting that the fucking game that I finally got into online is the game that you didn't get into, which I'm not a fan of.
Yeah, I think we got to figure out something. Well, hey, look, Horizon Zero Dawn is around the corner, but
that's not online.
Well, we can still be online talking about it while playing. There you go.
We can have nice chats together. It's not like we do that every single week or something.
Still. Anyway, yeah.
I think Division discussion is for a different time when I can actually formulate my topics. But the dystopian future kind of thing you're saying, no more virus, no more zombies, I accept that. But I did like the setting itself, where it's still like you can tell it's New York. It just like right after a whole epidemic, I guess you could say.
I just felt it was so bland, though. Like when I played through, I was just like, I've seen this before. Like I just feel like I've seen destroyed cities before, and it's just like.
What do you want, Gary? What do you want?
Maybe I'm picky. I don't know. But I never thought I was that picky.
I mean, I bitched about Halo Reach for like maybe 10 minutes about just it didn't feel right. I didn't go into specifics. People are just going to yell at me in the comments. Not that there's comments for the podcast on a podcast app service that you can use to rate us. But you can tweet us at 2JerseyKids if you want to yell at me. Or at Adam J. Buckingham if you want to yell at me, or at Real Scavenger 18 if you want to yell at Gary. Plugs galore, yay! But I think that's it for this week. That's it for our topic. I'm spent on my division, and my division hatred, and my Witcher 3 disappointment. Yep. Well, that has been Two Jersey Kids, the Tuesday episode, where we just piss you off because we don't like games that you like, apparently. But you can go follow us on Twitter at 2JerseyKids. If you are a new listener and you somehow sat through all of that without raging at your phone, you please hit that the subscribe button and become a new subscriber. That'd be great. And if you're really a fan of us, you can go rate us on whatever podcast app service that you use, like iTunes or Stitcher. I don't think you can rate us on Google Play, but if you can rate us on any other podcast service, please do. It would help us out greatly. Gary, do you have anything to say before we end this thing? Well, again, we can't really stress how much we love the fact that we just got 1,000 downloads in 1 month. That's a big milestone for us, no matter how small it may seem to some people. It's awesome to know that people are out there listening. Who knows how long they're listening, but they're still hitting the button and they're starting the first few seconds. Damn straight. It's awesome to know that people are at least giving us a chance before they turn us off. Or maybe not. But anyway, just really appreciate the support. And we'll be back on Friday with our typical news podcast. So I'll catch you then. All right, guys. Thank you again for, Gary already said it, but getting us over 1,000. It's really awesome. We may get over 1,100, actually, if we do well with this episode and we promote it well enough tomorrow, but or on Tuesday. So be on the lookout for us sending out a mass amount of tweets just to annoy you, because that's what we do. It's called promotion. But thank you again for being here. We seriously love you all. We love all our fans. And be on the lookout for new updates for the Two Jersey Kids podcast, because there may be things coming down the pike. So until Friday, keep playing those games, guys. Have a good one. Bye.